Good day, beautiful souls. Welcome to some of you to your weekend. It is Friday morning here in a beautiful, overcast, cloudy day. Thus, my voice is probably lower than normal. So try to stay awake. But many blessings to you. Hope you had an amazing week. We're excited to get into today's readings as per usual. Let me just get my desktop set up as per usual, and we'll get into it and see what Spirit has for us. Just stretch that out here. All right. And let's do live. All right. I think we are good there. And yep, YouTube is saying that we are live. So that's always a good thing. Let me just move my email over here. All right. So before we get into everything, let's send some love out to the world as we normally do. And we're going to bring in this beautiful singing bowl. And, I love how I've been doing, there's going to be a great podcast coming out this Sunday. I put out a new one, which I'll talk about in a moment here. But it's all been affirming all about sending love out to the world and how one of us sending love out to the world, unconditional love energy, makes a huge impact and a lasting impact too. And so, never underestimate how what you can just sit for a couple moments and just take a big deep breath and bring yourself to this place. Let that love flow down into you and overflow out to the world. And when we do it together, it is this multiplying energy, not just stacking upon one another. So that's why I like to do it together. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and send it out. So if you're watching it on replay, still consider joining us, right? So let's take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Let everything else go. Beautiful. And as I hit the singing bowl, probably 3 times is my norm, imagine we're the bowl, right? The love comes in and flows and vibrates out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Let me put that back there. Let it finish out its song. Just put those over there. So thank you for joining me in doing that. I really appreciate all that beautiful energy. I could feel it. My hair in my arms was standing up. I can always tell when extra people join in because it's like, woo, here we go. So thank you for that. All right, before we get into it, let me see, what do we want to know? So I did mention we have a new episode coming out this Sunday, but last Sunday's episode of From Chaos to Cozy, which is my podcast, which is all about our journey. We come from cozy, we come down here to chaos, and we have a journey back to cozy. It was about the hedge, and it's an energetic process of giving us self space and silence. And we talked about how we can do it for ourselves, how we can do it for others, how we can do it for the world too. We continue on. This Sundays is called Love Energy, which talks about different ways that we can use energy, and we expand a little bit on the world hedge too. If you want to catch up, there's also the playlist list there, and I do mention in there my hedges, the hedges I offer of energy, which gives you this pocket of beautiful, beautiful quietness for a couple of weeks, are half off. They're normally $50 for a 2 week process, and they're on sale until the end of May for $25. If you're interested, all that is listed in the description box of this video if you want to check that out. And then also each week I have a pick a card. And this one, we every like once or twice a year, the way the months are set up, I don't have a regular pick a card because every other week I do full moon, new moon, and then I also throw in when the sun changes to a different zodiac sign. And then the fourth one, I have a pilgrimage meditation where we go to a different sacred site. We have a pick a card around that. Sometimes there's a fifth week, and there was one. So here's a special pick a card where in this one we talked about what is being pushed out of your life to make room for something new. So you can check that out if you're interested. And of course, we also had the Taurus new moon at the beginning of this week. So last week's pick a card was the new moon. So if you want to still take advantage of these 10 new moon wishes from the Taurus new moon, you can still do that. And here's that pick a card. And this video does talk about how to make the best of the new moon wishes. And if you haven't checked out your Taurus season, and if you are a Taurus sun baby, happy birthday to you. There's a special bonus for Taurus sun babies in there. So if you have a Taurus in your life, make sure to send them the link. Wish them a happy birthday, if you would, from your bruddaZEN. And but there's a pick a card for all of us for the whole Taurus season, which of course runs from about April 20th to May 20th. And of course, I can't believe we're 10 days into May already. If you haven't checked out your May monthly, we do have, of course, started new monthlies for each individual zodiac sign, and that's the playlist for that. I think those were the big things I wanted to talk about. So let's move that out of the way and we will get into it. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor too, which is a bonus in this day and age, right? We definitely, the more we laugh, laughter is a fear destroyer, so we do that. Hello, Johanna. And shout out to my YouTube channel members too. You'll see their names in green with the badges. Johanna, you are one of those. Shout out to you. Hello, hello. We got Patty. Hey, Patty. Welcome, welcome. We have one of, actually, a couple of our winners of each month. I have a giveaway of 10 Zen Cricket memberships. We've got Kritika Sayani, Sen, Grace 1111 as well. So shout out to everybody. Good to see you. And it's individuals that are able to help me do what I do. Both my monthly YouTube channel members, people who are making donations, and then anyone that purchases my services that are all listed in the description box. Things you can do: give this video a like, is what everyone can do for free if you'd like. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami. So I do appreciate all of that. So how the free readings work on the channel is I do go down in order. Excuse me, choking me up. First come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your specifics out there and share your business with everyone, I get it. You can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all. We'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the side of the free readings, prioritizing those, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then once I'm done, I return back and continue going down. To make a donation, you can use the super chat. Also, in the description box of the video, I have my PayPal, my CashApp, my Square, and my Venmo. And I knew there's 4. And donation of any kind. I don't look at dollar amounts. I know all of our personal finances change from day to day, definitely from person to person and country to country. So whatever you feel you're able to give, I know you're giving from your heart. I think that's it. Boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. For my donation readings, we're going to be using the Naked Heart Tarot today. Let me see. So you can see who it's by here. Beautiful deck, in case you're interested. And then for the free readings, when I get to those, we'll do these craft card actual tarot. It's a beautiful deck. It's a regular standard tarot. They just use some different colors than normal on there. So I like that. A little different spin. All right. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start at the top. Yay, hey, Johanna, thank you for your dual donation. So we'll start there. Let's give your first one a love and a like there. So thank you for that. And let's take a look here. So for your first question, you want a general reading, a message from your spirit guides. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. So, hey, Deborah, love and light to you. Good to see you. Hey, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing, amazing week. I know I'm playing catch up, and life is so wonderful, isn't it? When we want it to be, when we choose it to be, right? All right, let's see what your spirit guides want you to know right now. All right, so you got 2 by 2 coming in here, 2, 2, oh, 2, 2, and 3, and 1. You got the Devil card on the bottom of the deck, which is Saturn and Capricorn energy. So there is some clarity coming in here into your life that they want you to know about, and that's okay. Um, I'm a Capricorn rising. This is Capricorn energy. We love doing the work. You knew it, right? The devil is on its way. But it's our shadow, and we hire our shadow, and our shadow is a part of us actually. But I usually tell people our shadow is like an employee. It's like a tour guide on this grand safari adventure we're on, and we've hired them to take us on these exciting adventures. We're like, do you want to go on the freeway, the highway, all the way across? We're like, no, that's boring. Can you take us off-roading? And they're like, sure. You just need to initial here for the disclaimer. And so the shadow is bringing into your life what you've wanted them to bring in, bringing it to your face to see. So let's see. I feel like that's what each of these are here. Yeah, you got the Spirit of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So that is doing the blood, the sweat, the tears, and the balancing of the head. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the head and the heart. The spirit is the King of Cups coming in here. This is feels like this energy of because the King of Cups is my one of my cards of like um the perfect compatible person for us in this lifetime. And I feel like this is what's happening here with the Eight of Pentacles is that your vision of who this is transforming because you're transforming. The Eight of Pentacles quite a bit is my, caterpillars going into cocoons, becoming butterflies, and this transformation that happens is other caterpillars are hot, right? When we're caterpillars, we're like, oh wow, we like your, the big chubby, because caterpillars eat so much of like this liquid, if you touch them, it's like bloop, bloop, like a pillow. You're like, wow, we like that. Ooh, you're cool and heavy, and you got all those legs, and you eat leaves. You're cool, right? When we're caterpillars, we go into the cocoon, we come out butterflies, and we're like, gross. You're a caterpillar. I want butterflies. I like beautiful wings. I like nectar. Your things change you. This is gonna be a giddy, funny day. I can tell already. But this is the kind of energy that's coming in. Is this transformation? That we want to see things. It's differently. Your attractions are changing. Your desires are changing. It's like when we're caterpillars, we love fixer uppers and stray animals, and then we and then we I'll read what you said here in a sec, but, and then, and I forgot what I was saying, but, oh, yeah, we were attracted to victims and fixer-uppers and needy people and, because we like to be needed and wanted and the strays. But then when we go through a transformation, it actually starts repelling us. We're like, "No, I want someone who's whole and complete," because the mirror is changing, right? So you tried a legal cannabinoid yesterday, CBD. Yeah, right? Accidentally got high, that's funny. Yeah, right? You're like, "Hmm." Yeah, and it does, those things do bring down barriers, right? It, definitely takes it definitely allows us to feel and see there's not filters are down, right? The devil's lettuce. Yeah, right? Too funny. So you're going through these changes, and here you have the Sky Father, which is the Emperor, and the Page of Swords, the Innocence of Swords. This is, with the Devil card, is a lot about the changing, seeing things from a higher perspective, everything we just been talking about, cutting away. Wait, this is what I've been thinking I've wanted all my life. And we've done shadow work, but sometimes there's a strong foundation, like we've done a lot of interior redecorating, but we realize it's actually even the foundation of the house itself needs to come down because it's not what we want. It's keeping us, has rats in the wall or, it's made out of material that's collapsing instead of a solid foundation. And this is what's coming in here, some strong uh, foundations that are evolving and changing as well. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Then you get three, three. Let me see here. Let me just do it this way. Three major arcana. You got the star card, the hermit card, the moon card. So you got the moon and the stars and the hermit. So obviously the hermit card is you being drawn inward and upward, because actually that up there is this star here. It's the star card. It's with a, inward and upward. All of these energies are about, connecting to a higher plane, to seeing things from that higher perspective. And the star card is also the, dreams come true card. So it's like, what is it meaning for my dream coming true, type of energy that comes in there. So I like that. And then the last card is the Five of Wands, which is this transformative energy. The five is the number of change. The Five of Wands is this, movement from fear energy to higher energy, love energy. And so there is this clarity that's coming in with all of this of, okay, what are the things that I thought were, you know, okay, because there was some urgent things to look at in our lives, right? These thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that were impacting us greatly demanded attention first. And so we did. We did these. It's like if you go into a house and it's flooding, you don't go like, I want to paint the walls. You're like, no, let me stop the flooding. Let me dry out everything. Let's rip out the carpet. Let's make sure everything's good. We're all set. And then we go on to what's next. And that's what I feel like you've got a lot of the urgent things in your life, situated. And now you're ready to um, get in some other details. And this is what's coming forward for you. So I feel like there's like this, explanation like that. This is what's going on, but they're also at the same time like this kudos of, well done and getting all that other stuff transformed. I feel like you like just really put your head down and did a lot of inner work for a couple years, getting a lot of stuff. Now you're just into the ready to change some foundations of some stuff like your KO. And now that I got that under control, I'm gonna knock out that wall and I'm gonna add on a patio. You're expanding and replacing some foundational things that needed to stay in place until you're ready to move them. They're not like urgent, but they're big, if that makes sense. But so that's what's coming in, right? It's so true, isn't it? It's like something changes within you. You crack me up. Yeah, but it's true. And, there's also when we're used to noise, like if you're in like, like a dance bar that has music blaring at its maximum, when you go outside, it gets quiet and your ears get used to silence that any noise sounds like, "Oh my gosh," so loud. But in comparison to when you were in the other place, no comparison. It's just we get used to quietness to where things seem louder, than they actually are, right? And so that's kinda what you're saying there about the closer you get to a toilet, the more you really have to pee because your body's, like, going, "We're ready." So I like that. You're so funny. Alright, so that's what they have for your first one there, so I like that. And then your second one, let's give that a love and a like as well. And your second question, wanna get an update on Jay and you. Alright, let's take a look here. All right. So update between Jay and you. That one and that one, and then these two. Those two. All right. Yeah, we got movement of communication, it feels like is going to be coming in here with the movement of swords, the Knight of Swords. So I feel like there's, on one side, of course, with all this thinking you're doing, there's some changing of mindsets, the way you're perceiving things. But I do feel like there's going to be some communication coming in here. And let's see what we've got happening here with all of this stuff. Yeah. So you've got the Innocence of Cups coming in, which is the Page of Cups. So there's a heightened emotional connection that's wanting to express itself, but I still feel here with this Nine of Wands that there is this barrier that just kind of keeps it away. It's like they're showing me like SeaWorld and there's like this, poor captive whale there, and they want to get out to the sea, but they're like, These things keep holding me back. I want to, like what is the movie Free Willy?" That sounds bad. But they want to jump, and leap over this barrier, but the barrier's too tall, and they're like, "Well, there's this it's complicated." When I lived in San Antonio, Texas, which is a few hours away from the coast, like if the whale was able to get out of the containment, they're like, "Well, that's a long way to kind of wiggle as a whale all the way to the sea." They're like, "I need to find other transportation. I got to get to the sea somehow." Oh, you just pink dolphins. How cute. Um, and then we have the power of choice. Here's victory and movement, power of choice energy coming in here. So I still feel like there is some, work that is being done, and I feel like it's like you're doing your thinking and transformation of your thoughts and beliefs here with the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So you've got that kind of energy that's in there with all this movement of swords energy, right? So you are letting expectations go, some supposed to, some shoulds, as that devil card energy makes its way for you to, again, looking at caterpillars are looking differently. You're kind of switching your perspective to wanting a butterfly, not a fixer upper, right? But I feel like they are still going through transformation here with the Seven of Pentacles. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and the Five of Cups is this change of emotional focus for them. There feels like there's a little bit of poor me that was instilled in them growing up. Like, I get more attention if I act depressed and sad about things. And I feel like it's been something that they're working on, realizing that, the manipulativeness of it. And they're realizing, wow, this was from my mom, and they're like, oh, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to, choose higher joy and different things. But I feel like they're going through, that as well. So I just feel like there's progress being done on both sides, more so on yours. Slow, slow roll on them, but it's going to take some time for them to for the fruitfulness to make its way out to the outside world. So you probably sense things are changing, but you don't see it changing, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like something's going on in there, but it hasn't made its way to being reflected so much in the outside world. So, yeah. So that's what's coming in there for you. So the update, kind of same old, but progress, movement, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Johanna. So thank you so much for your dual donations. I appreciate that. Hey, Supernova, you are up next. Hello, hello. You just fixed your headphones. The plush thing for the ear to tits. Oh, right. You don't like the metal against your ear? Well, I'm glad you got that fixed. Yeah, it's not nothing, right, Johanna? It's like, well, at least it's not, oh gosh, she's about to explode. It's like do 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 that the slowness, right? All right. So Supernova, you are up next. We got four of your stickers. We'll do those, and then just for everyone else, then Patty will be up, and then Brenda, your two, and then HTTPS, and then Chan and Jeep. So thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for all your patience in getting through the readings. I appreciate that. All right, so let's look at El Numero Uno here, Nova, and we got the love in the eyes. Yay! What does your spirit guides have to say about you performing on stage? All right, let's see what their energy is for you today regarding that. Let's give me this one more shuffle. Got to do the power of three for the Empress for you, right? All right, let's take a look here. So, what do your guides want you to know about performing on stage? All right. All right. Like at the bottom of the deck, you have the beautiful Eight of Swords, which is a great card. It is this movement. There's this, great um, realization of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that bind you, make you feel trapped and restricted. So they're just like, as you think about it and as you plan for it and as you take steps towards it, you're releasing fears around it. And especially the more you think about it and the more you picture it, the more comfortable your inner child and your whole being is becoming with it too, as you go along here. Yeah. Let me see what we got here. All right. Yeah. So we've got the movement of swords here, which is the Knight of Swords. So this is with that Eight of Swords, this movement of thought and belief and mindset that's happening here. So as you're, picturing it and you're figuring things out, you're altering some things um, and you'll adapt and change things as you get closer to it. You got the Hanged Man here, which is about seeing things from a different perspective. It is about the transformation. I like this thing on the bottom reminds me of like when something's loading, and it's taking a while for it to, it's like, come on. It's like it's not happening fast enough, right? You have written plans for it. I love it. And so there is this, you will see things a little differently and you'll still alter things too, because you've got the death card, which is the death and rebirth, the cycles, the innocence of cups is the page of cups. Yeah, and I was about to say with this Page of Cups, it's bringing in this, heightened emotion, this excitement that's like, "Here it comes," little bit of different emotions coming in, right? I mean, I know that, we've got the Hermit card, which is sometimes just wanting to run and hide in your shell. But I like the balancing energy that comes in with it is like, just trust when you don't have clarity around something, they're just like, this hermit card is about trusting the connection with your higher self and spirit and ask. Just go, all right, I'm not sure. Should I do this or should I do this? Just go, right, guys, show me, bring me some clarity, make it really simple. And they'll be like, boom. And you're like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I won't do that one. I'll do that one next time because this song just fits in with all of these. It's like choosing which and how and different things like that. So, the turtle energy is great because there's also all this about cycles and also look and see, like, when you get close to the date, what moon energy is there. I feel like that's gonna help you determine it too, because of the type of energy that comes with that moon. So if it's like, an earth sign, like, "Oh, okay, what is an earth moon of this? What kind of energy does that bring?" And that will be like, help you understand what energy to bring into that, particular performance, right? Yeah, 2 variants, and I feel like one will match the moon cycle that's happening, the moon energy for that date, and then I feel like the second one, will be like the next one. So whatever day that it is, you're like, "Alright, let's go for it." Yeah, I definitely feel like it was gonna be this month, right? So I like it for you, and so I that's what they have for you, for your first one there for that performance. I like it, I like it. And then your second question, you got the unicorn coming in here, so thank you for that. And you wanna know what do you need to hear right now from your guides? Alright, let's take a look here, let's give 'em a shuffle. So what do your guides want you to know right now? Alright, okay. So this one's first, this one's second, this one's third. 1, 2, and 3. That one there. All right. So you've got yeah, right? It's super exciting. You've been waiting for this day for a long time. And the sage is the Hierophant, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place. And again, with the Three of Wands, this is this energy of as you gain clarity around things, don't um hold yourself back from, being willing to make changes and alter things. You don't have to decide your entire life right now. It's all an adventure, it's all a journey, and you just head towards something. Not going, well, it has to be that. You're just like, you know what? I'm headed towards that. But I'm okay if I want to go, oh, I want to take a detour and go off this direction. Because you might end up, taking another detour to go back towards it. But it's always an adventure. And I like that kind of energy coming in here for you. Yeah. Because you got the world card, the universe card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, exactly as we were saying here. That, things end, but it's always every ending is a beginning of a new adventure. Exactly as we were saying. Yeah, and you have the 2 of Cups, which is emotional choice that's coming in here for you that every moment, when you realize there's no wrong choice, that you always get to decide how you feel about everything, that is empowering. That's just like changes everything in your entire life because we become less concerned about what is coming our way and we are able to, really see that regardless of what comes my way, I can choose to be happy about it. I can also choose to be sad about it if I want. There's no right or wrong, but I get to choose. And so it releases from attachment of, what's coming next, right? Because we'll fear what comes next if we feel like I have to feel a certain way if certain things happen. When I'm like, you know what, I get to decide what anything means, then we're not afraid of what comes, what comes in our direction. 6 journal pages. Boom. All right. You are yeah, 6 of wands. Lot of movement of energy. Here's your 6 journal pages. But the 6 of wands is victory and movement, flow of energy. And I feel like this is an important piece of it all is going with the flow of where your energy takes you and realizing that there's no specific destination that has to happen for you to feel happy. You can be happy in each moment with all that. And then these 3 cards came out together. So you have to have the star card come in, right? Um, so you have the star card, which is, of course, dreams come true. What is my dream come true? Got the 6 of Pentacles, which is the balancing energies that come in with that, like the 6 of Wands. It's just like there's this give and receive type of energy. But yeah, here's the 9 of Swords, which is the release of fears, of nightmares, insomnia, the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must. And it's funny because as I was reading how I feel too young to learn this stuff. Well, who says, right? That's one of our supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts of, you know, well, you know, I'm not supposed to know all this yet. It's like, who says? Maybe all children are supposed to, and everyone else is taking a hell of a long time, right? But it's always perfect, right? And that's that judgment that comes in when we start to measure success or failure, then we know we're in judgment. When we're just in the moment enjoying it for what it is, then we know we're out of those judgments, we're out of the fears. Otherwise, that's the human side deciding if something is, am I on track? Am I off track? Am I on time or am I late or am I too early or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, truth bomb, right? It's like, yeah, when there's judgment and comparison, we know we're in our human fear zone instead of in the moment, right? Because we're like fearing the future or fearing the past and we're judging things, right? So I love all that. Yeah, and here's the Spirit of Cups. Balance of the heart and mind, the beautiful journey that's on here. So I love that this balancing of things coming in, and that's what I feel like your guides want you to know right now. It's a great message of being in the moment, this balancing energy that neither's right, neither's wrong. And you find yourself judging yourself or judging things in your life, then you realize, oh, I'm in the past or the future. I can come back to the moment and experience joy again if I want, right? Yeah, calm down. Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful because what an adventure it really all is. So that is what they have for your second one. And the third one with your crying emoticon, you want to know, what is your energy and vibration like? And how does the positive and darker side of you contrast between each other and form a whole? All right. Deep question. Let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know here? So, what is your energy and vibration like? All right. That's those. And then how does the positive and darker side of you contrast between each other and form a whole? All right. All right. Those two. All right. Yeah. Well, they join together here. You got the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is all about, our human and our higher self, right? It's we're the same being. I mean, I love how the hearts are joined there in the middle with that valve together here. And that we are one, and that if you look at And then you've got, like, temperance, which is the balancing of the scales. They're of the same thing. Think of, like, a thermometer. Temperature just is, right? It's all of the same thing. There's just lower temperature and higher temperature, lower vibration, higher vibration. When does higher vibration become lower vibration? Well, it depends on each individual how we perceive it, right? But it is all of the same thing, and it's even, it's like it's not even like two halves. It's like it's just two ends, and it's all of one. So it's not like it's not halved. You can't. It's like it's not like conjoined twins where you're like, well, this is where it should, this is where the half should be. It's like, no, it's like, well, it's all one. And temperature, it's like, well, somewhere in here it becomes cold and warm, but when does it happen? Well, we don't know, right? And so I like that it's trying to see the that there isn't such a fine delineation or divide between. We're all one being. It's just a piece of us is down here experiencing lower vibration. I like that for you. And, we've got all this energy coming in here. Yeah, exactly. We've got this, you know, on one side, here's the fear, on the other side, here's the joy, right? They just express themselves differently, and there's no right or wrong that comes in there, right? And the Eight of Cups, excuse me, that was a a deep voice there. Eight of Cups is when at some point we realize when we're ready to leave an emotion behind and go and experience something else. The And you got the Hermit card too. Here's the turtle again. But, here's our human self connecting with our higher self. And there's, um, they just have different abilities. I mean, a turtle's able to walk along the ground and dive deep into the water and swim and experience that world. And the owl, our higher self, is able to do something that the turtle can. It can fly. It can, maybe it is more nocturnal where, the turtle might be more daytime. It's like it has different environments that it's comfortable with, but it doesn't mean one is wrong and one is right, right? It's all about expression of vibration and getting out of the one is dark, one is light, one is right, one is wrong. It's like just different measurements of vibration. I like that. Let's see what else they have here because you were asking um, how do they contrast between and form a whole? Okay, so they already really answered that. And yeah, and here it is. It's this the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands is all about, seeing things from a higher perspective. The Four of Wands is joy and celebration and gatherings of celebration and joy, and realizing that our natural state is of of joy and laughter and unconditional love and, gratitude, and that our human experiences on purpose, that it's all about the contrast, that we want to experience those. We talk quite often about this tapestry over here where it's all beige, but um if the lettering was all beige too, or that design in the middle, it would all be, you wouldn't see the design, you wouldn't see the definition, you wouldn't see, all this beautifulness here. And even this beige in the middle, you wouldn't see that design if this shadow black wasn't there, right? Oh, I was gonna go, why is there a thing in the middle? See? But, so we've got that energy, and it's like, okay, yeah, there's a purpose for it. Neither is wrong, neither is right. It just shows us the contrast and all the black and white that I have back there. It's like, yeah, if it was all the same, it would just be this black wall or this white wall, but you see distinction and beauty instead. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have for that one. And then number four, I like the calm, collected. That's so not Kurt though. The calm looking emoticon. Kurt's more. He's more like the unicorn, I think. All right, and you were asking for number four, so thank you for your multiple donations. If I haven't thanked you for those, you want to know, what does Kurt want to say about music to help you understand your own connection to it, or whatever he wants to share. Right? Let's take a look here. Let's see. Got Oracle over here. He usually likes to speak through Oracle, and I am drawn to this, the Medicine Woman Oracle. So let's pull from there. He's so creative, and I understand now why. I was like, it's obvious he loves Oracle because it's the creative side. It's oracles are the story. They like the story. Let's see what comes in here. Yeah, you got your body's power. Card number 8, which is your body is yours. Celebrate your temple. So celebrating your embodiment, your human side, right? As we were talking about here. So the message says, I am irresistible strength, the doorway to your soul. I am your temple, your place of power, your loyal messenger. A woman's body is a complete mystery, a world of its own, sequenced according to its monthly cycle and blood. It experiences powerful phases throughout its life: adolescence, maternity, breastfeeding, menopause. The female body embraces the tumult of pleasure and emotions. Object of desire or powerful ace of seduction, throughout time it has been disgraced or adored, battered or worshipped. Reappropriating your body is a priority. Your body is yours. That's funny that's coming from him, but I feel like maybe he wasn't so in the beginning so respectful of women's bodies, but later in life I feel like he really embraced it. But so he's like sharing this with you. I don't know, there he's sharing here too. There was he interacted with some female musicians and really encouraged them to honor themselves, and this is that kind of energy coming in. I'm not sure, you might, if you don't know who, definitely Google like who he was friends with if you don't know his story, because I feel like that's an important piece too. Guidance that comes in says, your life stories have made you who you are. Your body carries the memory of taboos as well as pleasures. You have probably experienced the power of your body released through certain things and giving birth in certain ways. This card invites you to love your body resolutely and reappropriate it. Do you know it well? It is time to trust in your body and reconnect with your entire femininity, your seat of power. Be sure you are truly on the side of love, banishing all too often negative judgments. So making sure your belief about your body and who you are is the perfect body for you in this moment. And then awaken your gift. You are beautiful. Awaken your unknown riches, the power that lives inside each cell of your body, the life flowing through you, carrying pleasure and vitality. There's a sensory practice that it recommends. It says, take a moment to connect with your feelings through spontaneous dancing, becoming aware of your perineum or massaging yourself. Call upon the inner knowing that comes from feeling. What do you need? Explore. Let yourself be guided. Each new space of freedom gives you new energy and self love. Glitter with all your sensory majesty. Welcome to your body. And then it says, plan time for a massage, a bath, or another fulfilling sensory experience. I like that. So he's talking about embracing your body and your humanity for who it is, which is so in line with, what we were talking about. There's nothing wrong with lower vibration and humanity. It's a piece of what we came here to experience. And the more you connect and are comfortable listening to your physical body and the energy it gives you too, it's part of all that too. Yeah, exactly. So he's really reinforcing that and really looking at it. And I feel like that's a part of being able to be you on stage and to express and just, be comfortable with who you are, not, get drawn into what do people think of me? What is it? What is all this about? Right. So I like that. More in my bones. All right. Perfect. That's exactly what they were looking at there. So I like that for you. So that is what Kurt has for you for this moment. Thank you again for all your donations. I'm excited for this adventure. Hopefully, you're going to film it and share it later. I think it's important, of course, for you to have it recorded your first time on stage because, 20 years from now, you'll be able to show, look where I started, everybody. And look how far you've come too. So I love that. All right, so that's what they have for you. Nova, 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 Supernova. All right. And then Patty, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. And you want to know what are your colleagues' intentions since your appointment as the new KAM in the business? All right. And then are your clients happy with your output? All right, let's take a look here to see what the overall intentions of your colleagues are, because of course can vary by individual and by moment when it comes to that, right? Their intentions are always changing depending on their mood. And then let's take a look here at your clients overall, of course, because that also varies by individual, right? So the perception overall of you on the bottom of the deck is the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and you even have the Eight of Wands underneath that, which, a lot of energy, a lot of movement. I feel like you're accomplishing a lot in a short period of time, and you're really showing your power. The Queen of Wands, she's able to really super focus her energy, get a lot done, and she's seen that way. There's also just this draw that you have that it's like fire sign energy where people are drawn to you and they just can't help themselves. And that's all right because that's part of your energy, part of your design of this life is to be this attraction, to be this, energy that comes in. Your colleagues here, yeah, I like it. Mainly, we've got the Spirit of Wands, which, see if I can get it to focus, is the King of Wands. So you have the Queen of Wands is the underlying energy, but this Spirit of Wands is like an emperor. It is like, the King of Wands has that kind of Aries energy of moving forward, maybe more Sagittarius, but it's mature energy, and it's also that you're able, the King of Wands is able to bridle their energy. They have this, all kings have air behind it, which is thought and mentality and mindsets and, you know, able to see things with clarity, and the King of Wands. So I really feel like you're the intentions your colleagues have, they're like, wow, let's see what you have. They believe in you with all of this because you also have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, which is partnerships and a solid foundation and abundance. So I feel like their intentions are to support you, to see what you are able to do, um, because you've shown them, you have all this energy that comes in, and they're like, wow, all right. And I feel like they want to give you a chance, they want to support you, they see you as somebody that has real, it's like you carry authority with you with these two kings coming in, with all that. So I like that with the energy that comes in with that. And and let's see here how your clients feel. So you wanted to know clients happy with your output. Yeah, I feel like with this Five of Swords and the Tower, that you're making some sudden changes that make so much sense around communication. The Five of Swords represents what had been struggle with communication, and with you coming in, I feel like you've made some changes already that they are liking, because I just feel like this tower is the removal of things that was blocking communication, blocking movement in some way, but mainly communication. I just feel like they felt they couldn't share it. And I feel like with you going into this position, that your energy is one of open communication. I like this with the Three of Pentacles and the Spirit of Swords. Another spirit. I mean, you got three kings coming in here, and then a queen was on the underline. So the underline, they feel this nurturing because the queen of wands, in addition to fire, she has water, which is the compassionate, nurturing side. And so they feel like you have this nurturing, this true sincerity and caring for them, which is different, I feel, than whoever was doing the job before. But you got the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords, definitely mindset, seeing things, master of communication. And the Three of Pentacles is this uniqueness, again coming in. And I feel like they're like, you are your unique self. You allow yourself and them too to express themselves. You don't expect everyone to act the same. You meet everyone where they're at instead of expecting them to meet you where you're at, which again is a change I feel that they've experienced in their communication. So you do have this, you know, they're just like, wow, I don't have to be blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is me. And you're like, okay, well, let's see what we can do with where you're at. Not, well, you need to get here for us to do anything. You're like, let's find a solution for you where you're at, not expect you to jump through hoops. And I feel like there's this renewed respect they feel, a lot of your clients feel. So I do feel like they're happy with your output. I just feel like there's um, a wonderful change that they like. And I feel like your colleagues are seeing it. And so they're like, well, let's see what you do. It seems like there's this growth and this abundance around it all too. So I like it for you, Patty. Wow. Very cool. Right. And that's what they have for you right now. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. I'm loving that reading too. It feels so um I don't know. It feels like you're shining bright, and you're just being you. I don't feel like you're trying to please everybody. I feel like you're just being you, allowing your heart and mind to go forward. So I like that. Right? Shine bright like a diamond. Exactly, as HTTPS says. So yeah, I love it. All right, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Go forward and conquer. All right. And then Brenda, you are up next. Thank you for your dual donations coming in here, and your first one with the little umbrella and the beach time. So question one, you'd like a general love reading for today. And will you meet your soulmate soon? All right. And then we'll look at your second question here in a moment. Let's give these a shuffle. Let me just take a quick sip here too. We're doing on time, right? All right. So, general reading for love for today. Okay. And then meeting your soulmate soon. All right. Oh, I want that one too. Oh, those two. All right. The Olar energy here, I do see here. I mean, you've got on the bottom of the deck, you have the universe, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. You got the Three of Wands right underneath that, which is this energy of a change of direction. And it does come in here with this you've got the Innocence of Swords on the bottom and the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So all this energy on the bottom of the deck and the Hierophant, you got all this story unfolding of really gaining clarity and taking time with you, which I know is kind of an energy that's been coming in. But I like this, when we move from doing what we've always done and getting what we've always gotten, there's this nice, all right, I'm good for a moment. Why am I drawing in people who are emotionally unavailable is a question that comes up here. And that's not in the cards. That's just spirit saying it's like, and how what that is telling me is a mirror for me, because of course we've all had this where it's like, how am I emotionally unavailable to myself and thus unavailable emotionally to others, and why am I asking for this mirror, right? So let's take a look here. I do want to see here again. Yep, and we've got all this here. Yeah, you've got so kind of the message is repeating itself on the cards that actually come out, which is common. We've got the death and the rebirth card in the middle. We've got the movement of pentacles, knight of pentacles. It's like the seven of pentacles. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. Things suddenly go slow and slow down, but oops, it's to help bring in the spirit of pentacles, the king of pentacles, which is this solid foundation in your worth. And so the love reading in general for right now is focusing in on your own self-love, your own self-worth, seeing it differently, this rebirth that happens as you're asking yourself those questions, especially that big one of, why do I attract unemotionally um, available people, yeah, unavailable, unemotionally. Well, maybe that too, but the people who are unavailable emotionally, and and why am I attracted to that? Why do I attract it, and why am I attracted to it? It feels safe. We all go through that. That's one of the big things is we realize, well, I don't want someone who's emotionally available in my subconscious. Consciously, like, yeah, I do want it, but subconsciously, little inner child's going, no, no, I don't want someone who's emotionally available, because then we really connect at a deep level and I get hurt. So this goes into inner child work, and some revelations that come here. Let's see what this other one is here. Yeah, inner child work with the sun card, Leo card, the inner child, that's there. So that's what they were saying with that. And that's an important piece, because when we start talking about, will I meet my soulmate soon? The more we look at that, then the more we draw in the soulmate instead of stepping stones, right? And so your soulmate is working on themselves, you're working on yourself. You're both raising your love vibration, both raising your self-worth to where you guys match. Otherwise, you guys will miss each other if you don't do that. Let's see what else they had here, because they've got 3 cards and 2 cards. Yeah. Yeah, so, exactly as we were saying here about, because you've got these 3 cards came out together, the Devil card and the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like this, the energy of, a forest field keeping something away, and the Devil card is us shaking and rattling and find out our own beliefs and mindsets that have been keeping our heart caged, keeping things out, keeping us in, and the heart of ones, which is about you investing the energy and searching into your heart to see those, what is this that's holding me back with that is this energetic force field that's up here. The Queen of Wands connects to the higher realms because she's, has that beautiful awareness and relationship with spirit. And the Queen of Wands, of course, also has the cups energy that comes with all queens, which allows her empathic ability connecting to spirit, but sensing things. And so there is this, all this energy of finding truth, discovering things about yourself to make a change to where instead of doing what we've always done and getting what we've always got in these unavailable emotional people, that we're going to find something different. Yeah. And wow, these cards, I put them in separate. They came back out. This word came for someone else too. But here's the changing of thought and belief and mindset. And then boom, the tower is once these mindsets change, once you see things differently, it's like things are ignited, things come in quickly, and it does speed up the suddenness of meeting your soulmate. But in the meantime, I mean, there is no rush in life, but there is always a sooner or a later range of when we have things happen in our life, like meeting a soulmate or having something significant happen in our lives. But it's generally not fated to be like an exact date and time. It is that range. But what happens when we do our inner work, where lower vibrational things are what slows us and act like anchors or like the big ball and chains that they used to have. It slows down, but when slows are released, then whoosh, things go faster and we do meet them faster as well. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's what's coming in for your first question. And then the unicorn rainbow, rainbow unicorn for your second one. You want a general for the month of May. Absolutely. And if you want more information too, if you check out the May monthlies for each individual zodiac sign, those go in, they're like 20, 25, 30 minutes each that go into more detail for the entire monthly energy too. So let's see, what else would they like you to know about the month? 1 and 2. All right, those go together. 3 and that one, that one, that one. All right. Yeah, well, at the bottom of the deck here, there really is this, stability with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Fours are very solid energies, balanced energies. It's like a table, kitchen table with four huge legs on it, very solid foundation. So there's this emotional stability that's coming in, this outside feeling of wholeness coming in, with this month. And I feel like these are the themes. This is what they're wanting to help you get to by the end of the month. And so that's it. Yeah, because we've got one card and two cards and three cards. So there's it's the stepping forward towards the four. 1, 2, 3, 4 by the end of the month. That makes sense. We got the Six of Wands. So there is this celebrating your victories, this you know that you're being seen and that it is standing out for you here, that you are supported by a great posse of spiritual beings, a guardian angel spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, um you know ancestors. You got a lot of that, support that's there. And, the Six of Wands is about being lifted and being, uplifted as well. Usually they'll have someone on top of a horse, sitting on a horse, being celebrated. And I feel like this is an important thing for you to realize, that it is the spirit world loves you unconditionally, eternally. There's nothing you can do to have that taken away. And I feel like that is a part of this foundation of the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, is, of course, when we look for our solidity in the outside world, we feel unstable. Looking for our worth, our self-love in the outside world falls short, right? Because we're told people, like relationship, situation, things are where we define ourselves, but all three of those are unstable. That's what the Four of Pentacles talks about. And really, the Four of Cups, too. It's emotional stability. What brings us emotional fulfillment? What brings us this solid feeling of our worth in the outside world? Not the outside world, because people change, people walk away, people pass away. Situations never stay the same, like jobs, education, whatever. Bodies, bank accounts, things, all of those things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, unstable, 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 instability, uh, unfulfillment, all lies in the outside world because it can't give us, like, as you just heard my stomach growl. Sorry if you guys heard that. It's like when we're hungering for something, the outside world, I say it's like American Chinese food. You eat it and then you're hungry an hour later. And that's the way the outside world is. It's unfulfilling. It might feel like it fills us up for a moment, but it doesn't last. And we eventually are pointed inward and upward where we find that fullness, right? Yeah, that's where we turn inward and upward to the Ace of Cups, which is our the unconditional love from above. It's the self-love. We become the chalice. We fill from the inside, and when that's what changes. That's what brings in the another four, the joy and celebration and balanced energy, fullness, and strong energy, is because we fill from the inside and then we overflow. The outside world then transforms with all of these fours. What if there's going to be a four coming up here? But there's like, instead of feeling lack and feeling short and unfulfilling, when we're full from the inside, then everything else is above and beyond extra. It's just, it doesn't. We can always make more room for it. It's like usually I say we're searching for like this 10-course meal with two desserts. All we find is desserts in the outside world, but we find the meal on the inside with those two desserts, and then we're full. We can always make room for more dessert, and then we don't stop wanting from the outside world. We just stop needing, and we're not so desperate and I gotta find it out there. It's like, no, we're not gonna find it out there. We find it in here, and then everything in the outside world just starts feeling full instead. So that's, and then you go here into the three cards that are here. Yeah, the Three of Wands. With this new information, you end up kind of taking different route in your outside world on what the Nine of Cups, what emotional fulfillment looks like. Yeah, and you have the Six of Cups. And so I do feel here, like for the month here, it's like you're building this energy from the inside. And you do, as you connect to this inner emotion, as you connect to all this, you got all these emotion cards. Um, the Six of Cups does talk about here, not to take away from everything that you're doing, but when you find this inner love, when you it starts filling from the outside world, the Six of Cups is that there is this return of someone from your past. Now, it can be someone from this lifetime, but the Six of Cups is also one of my past life cards. And I tend to these days lean more towards that because the energy in the world and the planet is all about this reignition of awareness of past lifetime relationships with people. And I really feel like as you it's like they have that as your last card as like the little carrot to show you that it's worthwhile to do this during this month, to find the solid foundation because you've got this love of many lifetimes that ends up coming in. This will be that soulmate you were asking for. Possibility if you really, really, in the next 20 days, 21 days. Wait, January, February, March, April, May. Wait, no, there's 31 days in May. Um, that there's this, ability to meet this person, have them drawn into your life, but it really takes a lot of daily, raising your love vibration, raising your self-worth, and pulling back from defining yourself by the outside world. But it definitely helps bring that's part of what all brings everything towards you as well. So, possibilities, I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of a possibility that the amount of inner work and transformation that would need to be for you to meet them, like, on the 31st. Is there a 31 in May? I thought there was. Yeah. So there's, on the 31st of May, but most likely it's gonna be after that. But they're giving you the little carrot going, the more you invest in that, the faster that this comes and the more you're fulfilled you feel, both in energy and in emotion and in abundance, and self-worth of the outside world. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. I love it for you. And thank you again for your dual donations. I appreciate that. And then HTTPS, you are up. So let's give that some love and a like here. So thank you for that donation. Messages from your spirit team. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what they got coming in here for you. All right. So, nope. All right. Yeah, so you've got the Hanged Man coming in here. So the transformation continues. I almost wanted to do a Dracula. I don't know why, but there is this transformation of Transylvania. I don't know, but what that is all about. But there is the time is unfolding. It's like reversal. The day is ending, so the night comes, so that you can emerge. But it's the transformation is happening. The time is coming for this emergence, for you here. And I had felt like June is going to be a big month for you, and underneath that we've got the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset, but movement in the outside world too. I feel like the turtle is important. We've got back here there all these turtles on this red thing here, that got from the Hawaiian Islands, which has a lot to do with Mother Earth and birthing, and it's like the earth was birthed upon the back of a turtle. This is that energy that's coming in, if all that resonates. I just feel like that's important for you. Yeah, and you definitely have here, this waiting is over. This Nine of Wands, which represents, some blockades. This is the perseverance, that the perseverance has been worth it. You do have both the Knight of Cups with the movement of cups, and the Page of Cups, the Innocence of Cups. So there is this emotion that is coming forward here, and all of this water, turtle, divine feminine movement energy really has to do with a birthing of divine feminine connection, both within yourself and in the outside world. This balancing, this emergence of a piece of your heart, I feel that has been, um, offline while you've been working on it. I feel like in June, especially, it goes online. Yeah. Well, this Four of Cups. So you got all of this emotional energy coming in. And the Four of Cups is a great energy. Here's the regular way of feeling. And then the Four of Cups is that's the piece of the heart that was making the table unstable, right? With three legs, kind of bent, well, probably not hugely, but depending on how the table is, that fourth leg is what makes it really stable. And so there is this emotional stability that is really coming forward here in the month of June for you. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. So here's this it is abundance in the outside world, but the Nine of Pentacles especially with two nines, there is this bit of hermit energy, the importance of being able to be independent and to yourself in a way too, um, is an important piece of this. And that's where this energy I feel of this divine femininity within yourself is an important piece of what's unfolding. And it's again, it's there's like this compassion, this deep compassion for self, and yeah, being really gentle with yourself and nurturing for yourself. Just this really beautiful expansiveness that comes in with it all. This gentleness towards you allows this, and I don't feel like you were mean to people in the outside world or anything like that. I just feel like you already had like this gentleness and compassion, and it's more I don't want to say it was insincere before, but it's even more sincere than it was before. It's like you knew, well, you don't treat people like that. You treat people this way, and this is what I'm gonna make sure I act a certain way. But now it's like it's flowing from your heart instead of from your mind, if that makes sense. But I like it because it's this compassion for you and yourself, um, which is the most important thing. It always takes time for things to because we change from the inside out. But I just feel like you are really in tune with inner goddess energy, and we all have, whether we're male or female or however anyone identifies, we all have divine masculine, feminine. And the beauty of having it equal is what brings in this balance of head and heart, and it allows, like I said, compassion to flow, love to flow, spirit to flow. It brings in clarity, takes us to new levels too. So I like all this for you. Bottom of the deck, yeah, here we go again. With we got the Five of Pentacles, which is these feelings of lack and being abandoned, left behind out in the cold before, and the Two of Cups is the joining together of our lower and higher hearts coming in here too. So I like all this for you. I feel like it's what's going on right now, this Five of Pentacles energy for the month of May. You've been going through this transformation and looking at your worth differently. And June is just like suddenly, it's just like all comes together, you know. And we've got happy Mother's Day to everybody too tomorrow. Here's the mother energy coming in, the divine mother energy that's coming in too. So, and is June Father's? I can't remember. There's so many dates, but that's what they have for you. So hopefully that resonates there for you. HTTPS, and yeah, and even on the bottom of the deck, yeah, we've got the heart coming in, Queen of Cups, who's the master over emotion, and the Naked Heart coming in there too. So I like this energy that's coming forward. You're very welcome. I know, I'd be excited too. All right, so many blessings. And thank you again for the donation. And then Chan Crawford, you are up. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's get that a love and a like there, and celebrating your fifth super. So thanks for having me be your fifth, if not others, before on here as well. So you want to know, will you and Rod get married? All right, let's give these a shuffle here. And to mix these up and give it another shuffle here. All right. So based on current energies, or just in general, is this something faded, or I'm just gonna get a little nosy too. So will you get married, and is it destined, or is it optional, right? We got the Six of Wands coming in here, which is a celebration and a victory kind of card here. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Wow. I do see here, you got the Six of Cups energy here eventually in these other five cards that came out here. which is about faded. So I do feel like it's a faded relationship for sure that you guys have had here. And it's because there's like a lot of past life connections with the Six of Cups that goes back quite a bit. And you got the Six of Wands on the bottom, and you also have the Six of Pentacles, which is, this giving and receiving energy that's coming in here. I do feel you've got the ace, not the ace, the Innocence of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, which this is about seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things from a different perspective. And you have both the two cards that came out first were the Temperance card and the Strength card. Temperance is the balancing out of things. It does take time for marriage to unfold, because it takes time here with this Strength card, which is this Leo energy of your human self and your higher self. Again, this seeing yourself from a different perspective, seeing life from a different perspective. And that Innocence of Swords is working things out as far as expectations of supposed tos and shoulds, need tos and have tos and musts. All these sixes are this flow of energy of the path. So I do feel like it's faded where you guys have been meant to, come together and have these experiences on purpose in this lifetime. So I do feel like there is great possibilities that if you guys do the work, do look at your mindsets and thoughts and beliefs, that it does allow you to, move towards a strong commitment, including marriage. But I do feel like here it's temperance is the slowness of things. It's the cup going back and forth, and it's this magic that happens as it goes back and forth. It's alchemy, but it does take, awareness and questioning things in order for it to happen. It doesn't just, we don't just, it doesn't, if the cups just sit there, nothing happens. It doesn't move towards gold. Alchemy is the going back and forth, and there's this, beauty of questioning, seeing the mirror of things, seeing what you want to know about yourself and the reflection that you're seeing in them. So there is quite this, it's almost on the verge of twin flame energy, which I don't get that a whole lot. Because twin flames aren't as common as it is. We have a lot of soulmates that we want to learn things through from each other as we're, going through life. But twin flames are like, you know, taking double college course credits, and there's a great passion that draws us together, but there's also, like this magnified mirror in front of our face showing us every pore, everything that is, going on, and it makes us face things. It's not quite that extreme, but I feel like it's you guys' journey is very much destined and desired, and to be able to have this come together. So I like it. It feels very passionate. It feels very, it's not like warm. Like there's a lot of friction in both fun ways, but also in learning from each other ways too. But I like it. Just takes a little bit of work that comes in there. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you, Chan. And yeah, Brenda, actually, I just finished your both of your readings before. Well, HTTPS was before Chan, and then you were the two before that. So I did complete those. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Jeep, you are up next. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And you applied for a job at a bookstore. All right. Will you get it? So let's take a look here. Let's see what we have coming in here. All right. So will you get this job at the bookstore? What else do they want you to know about here? Well, you got movement of wands. So we do have this. This is good. This is positive energy here. as well with the four, not the four, the full card underneath, which is the beginning of a new adventure. Movement of wands is action and speed. So I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you will. I mean, you got the Two of Cups, which is a great partnership. I feel like they really um if they've interviewed, I just feel like there's gonna be this connection between the 2 of you, not like love or anything like that, just a strong, like, "Wow, I really," your personalities really work well together. You got the Nine of Cups, which is like dream come true energy, so again, that pushes towards like a yes, and then also the Magician card, which is the energy, and I feel like that's a positive card, like the movement of wands, like the Knight of Wands, but I also feel like it's you how successful it is working there and being there has so much to do with your own energy and what you're putting forward, and which is a lot of what's been going on in lately, right? And the focus of May and June coming up too is whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands, right? It's like that story of um, the white wolf and the dark wolf. We all have them within us. Whatever we feed is what wins and grows and expands, right? So I definitely love that for you there. Yeah, absolutely. I think that is awesome. So yeah, that's definitely a yes. I like it for you, and I feel like you guys get along very well with that too. So many blessings. So that's what they have for you, Jeep. So enjoy, enjoy. Um, just try not to, spend all your money on books when you're around them, right? That's when you do something you love, you're like, "Oh, but, oh, employee discount? What? Uh-oh. Danger, danger." Alright. So I like it. So many blessings to you. Right, and then Johanna, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Alright, and I did see someone saying, "Hey, Luminous, and anyone new coming in too, yeah, I mean, anyone can ask questions, you just put it um, in the chat. If you don't wanna put your personal information out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and, yeah, and if you want it prioritized, I do honor I'm going through donations right now, so donations, I do prioritize and step out of the free readings and pull more cards for those too. Otherwise, the free readings, I'll eventually get to them. If I don't get to them, I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes. If I don't get to, which I probably won't get through to a ton of the free readings, I will come back after I go spend time with my praying Mantis members for about an hour, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back in probably a couple hours, and I'll finish out all the free readings, and then I'll be back tonight as well at 6 p.m. Mountain Time as well. All right. Alrighty, so Johanna, let's take a look here. You want to know if Hecate is somehow connected to you? All right. Well, we're all connected. Every soul, we're all a part of the giant sea. So we're all connected. But are you especially uniquely connected? Let's find out. Is there something extra there? All right. Interesting that I'm getting past life. Yeah, and even with this Hierophant, there's this I feel like there is this connection, past life connection. Um I feel like you were a high priestess in one of her temples, if not many. But I do feel definitely there's like this extra energy um that's coming in there. Eleusinian mysteries. Let me take a look here. Yeah, you got the Four of Pentacles. This represents temple. This makes sense with the Four of Pentacles because the Four of Pentacles is a solid foundation, like four walls in the outside world. And so this does, as soon as I saw it, that just feels like temple to me. You got the Six of Wands too, which has to do with this. what is this horse energy coming in? Um, travels. Um, so this isn't the normal meaning for this, but the 6 of Wands is this balanced energy. And you see the horse and the stars here. And I wonder, what is there a constellation in the shape of a horse? Look into that, because I feel like there's something important with a constellation or a star system with horses. But I definitely feel like there's this, again, the sixes, the six energy of past life is coming in. I know, right? Very interesting. I'm like, what happened in here? Yeah, you got the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups. And of course, the Nine of Cups is about wish come true, dream. Two of Wands energy. There's this seer energy coming in here. This, so the blue, um, crystal ball and the Nine of Cups, because this is all about dreams and visions. And I just, and now they're showing me, what was that? Immortals? If the one with Henry Cavill in it? Um, and the priestess, the high priestess, the oracle that she could see the future. And I feel like, so this goes in, okay, yeah, making sense here with the third eye coming in here too. um, so there's this connection to third eye and seeing things, sensing things, and this goes back to a lot of this connection with you being a priestess in this temple, because they were very much about connection to the other worlds. I was just consider the mother of witches. Yeah, yeah, and I definitely feel like there's this, witch is like, something that, humans, there's a wide variety, psychic, witch, in tuned, enlightened, everyone has different things. When I was in Christianity, they called me a prophet, and I had spiritual gifts because I knew things. I had gifts of knowledge, and every belief system has a title they call things, and it's like, yeah, it just means we're connected. We're channels of the energy from above, and so you definitely have this draw. I feel like you might be drawn to her because of the past life connections that you had in the temples and all of that. You got the movement of wands. So here's the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups, joy, fullness, overflowing emotion. When you got both the Nine and the Ten of Cups, all of this energy, emotional flow that comes in here, as well. So I feel like it's okay to, you know, honor the attraction and even have the Four of Wands, the joy and celebration on the bottom, and the Ace of Wands. So all this energy that's ignited. Oh, and there's the Six of Cups. So there it is on the bottom of the deck there. Sorry, don't mean to flip you off. Um, this past life connection with the celebration and the festivals and the energy that came through during that time. Very strong, um, power. In fact, you might even ended up being the high priestess in her temple, at one time, where you just felt this strong, relation to that goddess type of energy from the other side. But ultimately, all divine masculine energy, all divine feminine energy, all goes back to the mother and father of all things. We all end up going back to that, right? It's just different expressions of the same person. It's like, how one actress plays many different roles in many different movies. It's a character that was created, it's a personality. It's like the creator of all things, source is like a being who has an extreme multiple personality, and it's not a disorder, just multiple personalities, which is all of us. And then as our souls, right, as our higher selves, and then each one of us is a multiple personality where we're expressing ourselves in many different lifetimes, many different dimensions, many different universes, many different vibrations. And you know, so it's fun and interesting and allows us when we connect to a specific character of expression of spirit, whether it's us or someone else. But don't get caught up on it. Just enjoy it for what it is. What knowledge, what experience did you glean from that lifetime? But you're not bound and restricted by it. It's more you're amplified by it, if that makes sense. But you're still a little high. Do you have the munchies? Go drink some water, eat something, or make the most of your cannabis experience. Better to be cannabis than cannibal. So I love that. Right, Nova? Uh, too funny, too funny. So that's what they have for you on that one, Johanna. So enjoy it. Enjoy the trip. The trip into the past. Woo! All right. And then Nova, you are up next. Thank you for your little angelic sticker there. All right. I know, right? Johanna, you're so funny. You crack me up when you're not high. You're just extra funny. And I think I'm a little high today. There's something in the air, spirit. Maybe it's all your guys' energy too. Unless someone slipped something into my coffee, you never know. It is a special pumpkin blend. Who knows? All right. So your question for the sticker, and then you have one more, which we'll get to that one too. And you want to know for your spirit guides, why do you feel so massively different? All right. What growth and changes have you been making, experiencing, causing it? Because it's all confusing and unfamiliar, right? Well, we like that. You definitely have been doing a lot of self-love work here. You've got the bottom of the deck. You've got this, tower card, which is the things being removed. It's just like a lot of emotional surgery with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups coming in here. Both with the um, connection of the to your higher self with this Two of Cups, but the Ace of Cups is really embracing the energy too of your higher self. So I'm getting really close to the microphone, ain't I? So I was reaching here because I also wanted to see here, because we're in Gemini moon energy uh today, but Cancer moon is coming up in about, it's be 9 o'clock, in about 8.5 hours. Which people who are sensitive to the moon, we start feeling the moon energy early anyway. So you might be feeling the water moon igniting a little energy too when you're talking about feeling trippy and weird, and um it feels almost gross. Well, what happens when we connect to higher love, it's like people who have near death experiences that go to the other side and they experience the beauty, the warmth, the amazingness of being like almost completely back in unconditional love energy. And then they're like, nope, it's not your time. It's time to go back. And when they come back down to their bodies, they're like, oh, because feeling the restriction, the smallness, the powerlessness, the conditioning, the lower vibration. It feels gross. It feels blah, 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 but if we don't experience that, then we're used to it. But it's like being in a severely cold pool of water, and then you get to go to and sit in a hot tub. You're like, wow, this feels so good. And you go back into the cold pool. You're like, wow, it feels even colder than it was. And that's kind of the energy that you're feeling. But you've been doing this, part of what's been happening. Here's the Spirit of Swords, the King of Swords, been really looking into your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, really seeing things, clarity really coming in. And it's that whole thing. And we talked about it a little earlier, right? Yeah, tingles in your head. There is this, we talked with Johanna a little bit too about how it can feel so um loud in our lives, and then we get used to like quietness, and then even though it's not at the decibel amount of loudness it was before, it's like being in a quiet library. Suddenly a loud noise is like, holy crap, when we're used to noise all the time, when we're start to get used to silence, then any loud noise sounds like so extreme in comparison. But when I compare it to what we had before, n- not loud at all, but comparison to, ultimate stillness and quietness, right? See what else we got here. Yeah, again. So, Spirit of Swords, you have the Heart of Swords. So, you have all this thinking, and you got the Lovers and the High Priestess. So, the Lovers card is like the Two of Cups card, that's just at the major arcana level. So it is this connection to yourself and your higher self. And the High Priestess is all about stepping back, connecting higher, going behind the veil, which is really standing out to me, and then deep into the emotion. So I feel like the difference that has happened here is that, you were connecting with spirit. That was like stage one. And then that allowed you to dive deep into your emotions, and you've been swimming around down in there. But I feel like what's changed is, the veil is like what um, keeps us from remembering who we really are. And the veil is what keeps spirit beings, like Kurt and other ones on the other side. But as the veil thins, as the veil moves, you're able to connect more to them. And I feel like that's what's been growing is I've never had that before. That's really cool because it's like, yeah, we connect up and then we dive deep and then we connect to others beyond on the other side. And I feel like that's a bit of what this extra oomph feels like because they're giving you a lot of knowledge and they're giving you a lot of awareness that comes into it too. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right? Boom shakalaka. So I feel like that's why you feel so massively different with growth and changes is because you've done that and you've done that and then you're getting new information, all of this king and queen of swords too is like you're getting higher knowledge and higher awareness that's coming in. And I feel like what's confusing and unfamiliar is that it's like you're experiencing it on a subconscious level, but it's taking time for it to be able to be conceived and comprehended by the human side of our brain and the human side of our heart, right? We've got like our left brain, we have lower vibration human emotion and lower vibration human brain. The right side of our brain is higher vibration emotion, sorry, yeah, emotion and higher vibration seeing of things. So it's amazing that that's coming in. Yeah, exactly. You're getting communication. There's like the receptors are connecting between your left and right side of your brain. Your lower brain, your higher brain, your lower heart, your higher heart. These connections going like that. Two of cups with the joining together of those two, valves that are, you know, stretching out between each other. So I feel like that's what's going on here, and that's why there's just this growth and connection that's coming through. So I know, right? Whoa. So yeah, so you just allow it to just embrace it. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to You don't have to do anything to make it happen. It's just happening, as I say a lot with you, organically. It's growing and it's coming together. Just take deep breaths and flow with it. And if we try to understand it, try to figure out, try to control it, it just makes it harder instead of just go with the flow. Don't try to swim upstream. Just sit in the inner tube and go with the flow of it. So I like it. Organically. It's organic. Too funny. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Nova. So many blessings to you. And then Patty, thank you for your additional donation here. So let's give that a love and a like here. And should you extend your lease for another month or move on to another place ready? And will your son and you find a good place to settle in this new city? All right, let's take a look here. So is it for your highest experience to lease for another month? We'll do that. We'll do the energies if you lease for another month or if you move. We'll do that. And then will you and your son find a good place to settle in this new city? All right, 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look here. So if you extend your lease another month, they do have here the Page of Pentacles off opens a new opportunity. Moving to another place already. We've got the Tower card and the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow movement, and the Tower card is something suddenly happening. So I feel like they're saying, yeah, extend one more lease for another month where you're at. Because if you move to another place already, I feel like there's this urgency and it becomes too much. And the Knight of Pentacles is encouraging slow movement. So I would say option 1, extend your lease on that. Will your son and you? Oh, look at you guys. Yeah, wow. You got both the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is dreams come true. You've got the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, which are like a lot of the same energy of new birth, and there's the mother there, mother energy, but it's about nurturing and mother nature, mother nurture and harvest and new birth, which they're all positive cards of happy things. Nine of Cups. I mean, all three of those together, yeah. Capital Y, capital E, capital S. You will find not just somewhere good to settle, somewhere great to settle with that energy. So I like it, Patty. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Infinity, you are up. Thank you so much for your donation and for your, is it a little prize being given and someone jumping for joy? I love the little stickers. So you want to know, you had thought you and text were like soulmates or something, but we're not, right? Why did you think that? He doesn't feel that way and he never will, right? Well, let's take a look here. See what energy we have. So, are you guys like soulmates for this lifetime? Why did you think that? And he doesn't want that, right? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like you know, you've got the Lovers card here, you've got the Universe card, you got the 10 of Cups. So, I got all this energy that was here, that, represents I feel like this is past life for some reason. Um that you've got this past life connections. Yeah, it's the universe card, which is the endings and beginnings, the ending of one cycle, the beginning of another. And I feel like what you're picking up on, you have the 10 of cups and the lovers card here. You guys definitely have had past life connections, past life emotions that you are super aware of, hyper aware of. In fact, it's like it's there and you have it all here. So you guys have been soulmates, in past and the difference here and you might even check out this video if you haven't. And this is for anybody. I got this messages from soulmate, twin flame, etc. Here is the link here if you guys want to check that out. Um, but there's this, the difference between a soulmate, a soul partner, and a twin flame. And, a soulmate can be a brother, a sister, a workmate, someone we date, someone we just comes across our path. We're all souls, and soulmates are people with purpose in a lifetime. And soul partners are people we end up for the rest of our lives. And twin flames are like a hyper uh taking double college course, intensity of things, which doesn't happen a ton, as I mentioned a little earlier. But I do feel like there's so much of this energy coming in for you guys that, you had experienced these before. So I do feel like you guys, of course, were meant to come across each other's path in this lifetime to experience things. And I feel like you're feeling all these feelings from the past that are coming and bubbling up, and I feel like that's where this is, kicking in there, and that's why you thought that you guys like, well, isn't that going to be in this lifetime too? But I don't like when he asked, does he feel this way? I think he feels all those emotions, but he's confused by him with the 7 of Cups. He feels all this stuff from the past, and he's just like, what is all this? But we've got the Spirit of Pentacles and the Innocence of Pentacles. This is about this search and this solidity of the outside world, I feel is what's consuming them in their life here. I just feel like they've got so much that they've got these beliefs about the outside world, like, "I've gotta have these opportunities, I've gotta create this and this and this and this and this and this," that I just feel like they're so drawn and a lot of fears around the outside world and the solidity of things that, they're just emotionally unavailable because of that. I feel like they've been told so much of their life that they are like, uh, pointed in the outside world to define themselves so much. And it's so unstable out there that they are fighting so much for stability. But I just feel like that's how they were raised. I do feel like, I think we talked before. I get his energy very earth, very grounded, but very down to earth. But it's more like super focused on the foundation of their worth being the outside world. And so they get very hyper, the word hyper coming in a lot, very hyper attached and motivated and distracted. Like the heart, no emotion, no, it's all about this. Um, so, I don't feel like I have an answer um, to that he never will. But I just feel like it's highly unlikely. The percentages is very low that he'll get out of that mindset before he dies. I don't feel like he's gonna live a long, 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 much longer life. I just feel like his journey has been so much. focus. I don't feel like he's taking care of himself. I almost feel like he's like run down, if that makes sense. Um, but I just feel like there's not enough time left in his life for him to get beyond that, if that makes sense. So that's coming in for you, Infinity. I know, right? But at least you know why you're feeling it all. I feel like you guys have had like many lifetimes together romantically, and that's what you're feeling coming in here with that. It's funny, I feel like in a lot of the lifetimes, maybe you were the masculine, they were the feminine energy in a lot of those types of relationships. That's why I feel like they're so rugged and so, you know, overly masculine almost in this lifetime. It's funny. All right, but that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, and then HTTPS. Let's give that a love and a like there. You want to know what will the next 2 weeks look like for you here? All right. Oh, we're at 12:55, so I'm going to be have to head it off here in a moment. So I am going to take screenshots here in a moment, and I didn't get to any of the free readings. In fact, I might not get to your additional question there, Nova, until I return in a little bit. Um, so for everyone else, I will be like coming back here in about 2.5 hours, depending. See if it's raining, I might have to run an errand, but I will take screenshots here. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to hit my microphone. So let's see what your next 2 weeks look like here. All right. Yeah, I mean, you got the bottom of the deck, you've got the Page of Cups, and you've got the Four of Wands, which is joy and celebration too. Both of these energies are happy, happy, types of energies. So I like this positive, uplifted, higher vibrational energies for you. It just feels like you're smiling, just really big. You got the Spirit of Pentacles too, which represents abundance, fullness in the outside world. And they're very grounded. I mean, it's Taurus energy. They're very grounded, very understanding the world. And I feel like the next 2 weeks kind of feels like you get how the world works. And you just have this pocket of sunshine, this pocket of fullness here. You also have the Six of Swords, which is movement, leaving behind old ways of thinking, new ways of thinking, from choppy waters to calmer waters. So I feel like mentally things really settle in, and you make some decisions about change in your brain, which does move out to the outside world with some movement there too. Don't feel like it's a whole lot of um, fast movement. I feel like you're doing a lot of more thinking over the next 2 weeks. You feel like you're getting a good grasp on life and what you want and plans that you're making with the Six of Wands. And I like that you have the Seven of Wands. I'm sorry, the Six of Swords. You have the Seven of Wands, which is about being true to your authentic self in a way of, I'm going to shine bright. I don't need to ask people's permission. I don't dim my light for anyone. And I feel like this is part of that. I'm making decisions for me and I'm okay with it. And I like that. You even got the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. And so these decisions over these next 2 weeks are all about trying not to make decisions based on other people's, choices over your life, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's this well, I feel like you're gonna have some significant things in June, but I feel like the next couple weeks is more about the thinking, the planning, the movement, and you're making decisions, and but I feel like a lot of the decisions come to fruition in June, right? Because I feel like June is that big month for you there. So I do feel like that coming in there. But it will be a little, little things can happen, of course, before then too. All right, very good. Hey, Infinity, glad that resonated. All right, so let me grab here. Let me just grab this. So Nova, I'm sorry that I'm not going to get to your your sixth question there. Okay, let me just grab that all together. But you will be first when I come back in about, let's see, it's one. I'm going to send an hour, probably about 2 hours or 2.5, depending. But I will be back. All right. Sure. And so I'll grab that for your free one, HTTPS. All right. And as I mentioned, I did not get to any of the free readings. So thank you guys for your patience. I will return, and I'm so grateful for all the donations. It is what allows me to continue to do everything that I do and offer all the stuff that I do for free. I do like to come back on and complete out the free readings because I know not everyone is able to donate. And so I do honor my community and love you guys. So that's why I come back on. But it is the donations that help me do this full time, amongst other things that I do. And it allows me to not be exhausted, where I wouldn't be able to do hardly anything that I do now. So big thank you to all of you who were able to donate, and all of my monthly subscribers to my YouTube channel, and then anyone else that also purchases any of my other services, which are all listed in the description box down below. If you want something to look at while you're waiting for me to return back, we do have a new episode that came out last week about the hedge. So here's my From Chaos to Cozy, and you can also catch up on any of those episodes with that playlist. I had a special pick a card this week on what is being pushed out of your life to make room for something new. So you can check into that. Also, you can check out the Taurus New Moon pick a card, because you can make the most of those 10 new moon wishes. And then Taurus season 2, if you're a Taurus sun baby, there's a special bonus reading in there for you, but there's a pick a card for all of us too. So a few things. I also have a ton of other content on my main page. If you want to check those out, all of it's free. So I'm going to head off here. I'm already late to my other session. So here we go. Remember, every second of every day of your lives, that you truly are unconditionally, eternally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. Of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. Until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. We'll see you.